Greetings and praises in the name of Jah Rastafari. It's your man Tru-Dru once again. I would like to talk about this story in celebration of Hans Christian Andersen or Christensen Andersen. Ariel's The Little Mermaid that came out back in '89 for Disney. But as we all sit around and we talk about how this actress named Halle Bailey from Atlanta, Georgia, has gotten the role to be the Black Little Mermaid, we're all up in arms and excitement. But what we fail to realize is this: that everything we're doing, we're just trying to take over everything. It's like we're trying to do the reverse thing. Like for example, as you know, Jesus Christ or Yahshua, his real name, we keep calling him Jesus Christ, but it is what it is because of 400 over 500 years of slavery. We've all been affected by this, and we adopted the Christian or Catholic or whatever lifestyle of religion and accepted that as fact. It's kind of the same thing when you look at it. Now I'm not upset at the fact that a black woman is playing Ariel, the Little Mermaid. The fact that Little Mermaid now, as of today, is around 30 years old since it came out. I'm kind of okay with it, but what I'm kind of disappointed is the fact that we are doing a role that was already a role that was written for European descent. We're just like taking the role and making it like it was ours. Why don't we create our own story, our own Little Mermaid, our own story of our own people? Why don't we do that? Why don't we make our own Israelite mermaid, our own African American mermaid, our own Afro Caribbean mermaid, our own Afro Latino mermaid or some sort? What I'm trying to say is we should create our own story instead of taking a European and adopt it and making it our version. We're supposed to start something of our own. We're in the year of the return, 2019, aren't we? Am I mistaken? So forgive me if I'm considered to be wrong for stating something like this, but we should create something on our own and create something of our own and make it original. So that way we can say this is ours and we can run with it. You know what I'm saying? Back in the past, we as Africans, we of African descent, has created something and that was always stolen by the Europeans and made into their image. But now the Europeans created something of their own. Now we want to take it and make it theirs. What makes us any different than what they've done to us? Why don't we create our own version of our own Little Mermaid? Create our own Princess of the Frog? You get my point. So some of you guys are like all excited. It's just like remember the day when if you and Malcolm X is the best example. Just watch the scene where Malcolm X was in jail. Malcolm Little was in jail, and this is before he became Malcolm X. And he was in jail with when he was about to become Muslim, and then Malcolm X and all the others. Malcolm Little was excited about Jackie Robinson being the first African American baseball player to join the major leagues, right? So it's basically the same thing. This is the exact same thing because we're saying now this is the first African American woman. You know what I'm saying? That we are now the first African American woman to have our own version of something that was already there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you being the first black man of a first black man to be in hockey, or the first black man to ever play basketball, or the first black man to do something. Why don't we create something of our own to make something original? So like I said, I'm not dissing Halle Bailey or anyone in any way, or I'm not trying to disregard anything that we are doing. My African American cousins, I applaud you, and you got my respect. But what I'm trying to say is we should create something of our own. I'm trying to create my own story, original story about martial arts people. It's a story I worked on. It's been 20 years since I worked on the story, and I'm actually working on it, typing the story and trying to get it together. And hopefully I can get the idea together because I'm going to work on some book deals and get some publishing deals and get that to come out. Then you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I also want to salute great people who write books like Miss Darnell Jacobs. If you guys know her, she's from Georgia. And she writes her own original stories, her own stories. She's a black woman from Atlanta, Georgia, also that writes her own stories, original stories. So what we need to do is salute sisters like her, salute other sisters like them. Now, no disrespect to Miss Ava DuVernay, but when she's creating things, she's just doing things to make money for herself. She's doing it for her own means, and it's not helping people. She decided that she wanted to block me on Twitter because I told the truth about her. And now, guess what happened? Recently, just the other day, Monique was on her YouTube page saying how Ava DuVernay and Oprah and them calling her auntie, and it's like basically disrespecting Monique. Now you got to remember that Oprah is older than Oprah is older. No disrespect, but Oprah is over 60 years old, almost 70 years old, and she called Monique auntie, and even Ava DuVernay disrespected Monique. But this is what's going on. But you guys are too blind to see what's going on. So I'm trying to open to you guys to everything, to all the facts and all the truth and everything that I know that I can give to you. If you guys don't like what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, I understand it because like, it's based on sometimes my things could be an opinion. Maybe sometimes I can go a little bit off base and go a little too far to some people. But I try to give you everything and give you all the stories and give you all the information that you need. So I'm gonna give you more information like this in other stories. But like I said, I am proud of Halle Bailey for being the first African American woman to play the role of the Little Mermaid. Just like how you had I think there was a role in Disney a while back where it was the first Afro Latina princess or something like that, right? But like I said, we should create something of our own. Create our own version of Afro Latinas, our own versions of African Americans, our own versions of Afro Caribbeans, and so forth. That's what I'm trying to say is we should create something of our own. But please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and touch the notification down below. And please subscribe to my videos as I got more to come. Be blessed and have a good one. And enjoy your weekend.